Howdy lads! CapnDjBeast aboard. Arg! Half-Life, the crown jewel of gaming, just celebrated its 25th anniversary last month. Hoorah! In today's video, I'll be teaching you some basic tips and tricks to get you through the next or current playthrough of Half-Life. What better way to celebrate a game that is now 25 years old than make a meticulous video guide on the subject? These tips will all be divided up in order by a chapter selection, then stick around towards the end of the video for some bonus tips that you can utilize anywhere, like mods for example.
Thank you, and have a very safe and productive day.
After starting up a new game, you will be brought onto a tram. The best way to actually begin your journey is to just skip this. First things first is to press this key to open up the console. By inputting this command, you can skip the intro. After arriving bloody late at work, you can start the day off really great by pissing off your coworkers. Right when the doors open up, take an immediate left. Here you can interact with this computer, which the scientist will get firm with you and tell you to move away. He's expecting an important message.
Get away from there, Freeman. I'm expecting an important message.
The next thing you could do is go behind the guard's desk and turn on the panic alarm.
My God, what are you doing? Come on, Gordon. You trying to get me into trouble?
Around the corner next to Sector B, go into the only available office room and turn off the light. One of the scientists will get triggered and rush over the switch to turn the lights back on.
My God, what are you doing? I am not at all sure.
Shortly afterwards, you will come across the most pitiful ass cafeteria you'll probably ever see. Interact with this microwave enough times to, you guessed it, piss off another one of your coworkers.
My God, what are you doing?
After equipping the spandex suit, head back over to your locker for a free battery pickup.
I wonder if I should run that test again.
Did you know that you can avoid getting teleported out of the chamber by doing a simple trick? After politely listening to the scientist's dialogue, you can actually make them move in between the doors to act as a barrier block. That way when you move into the room, the door won't shut. After you trigger the resonance cascade, hurry over to the open door and just sit and wait for the next chapter to begin. After picking up the crowbar and rushing over to the broken elevator, head down the ladder and there will be an armor battery here for some reason. After the experiment, head back over to the locker room. In here we will see a locker named Guthrie has opened up somehow. You can collect a couple clips of pistol ammunition followed up by going into Gorn's locker for 2 more extra armor batteries. Going back to the entrance of the Anomalous Materials labs, you can bash open the console with the crowbar. You will be led back onto the precarious catwalk with the scientist kinda chilling in the middle. Look towards the dead security guard and you can pick up some more pistol clips. While you are waiting patiently on the lift, make sure to position yourself closer to the back. From here you can watch as the showering headcrabs will try to pounce on you prematurely or won't get the chance to at all. When you turn off the main power box for the hallway, it will also turn off the ventilation fan. Heading in the miniature area, take out a couple headcrabs, and then on the dead security dude, you can pick up a couple more pistol clips. After passing through the window, go around the corner and you'll come across a sealed off door. Approach the door carefully and then back up. Wait for the zombie to fully break it or you'll never be rewarded. After you kill it, you'll have access to a couple more pistol clips. After you break down a bunch of crates, head your way over to the guard behind the barred wall. Approach the door to trigger a zombie to come your way, and then shoot it once. That will get the security guard to finish it off for you while it's focused on you. After you parkoured over to the electrified water to turn off the light, turn around to the closet, and there will be an armor battery hiding from you. When you're finished clearing out the whole area, rendezvous over to the lounge section. From here you will notice a sign and 2 different colored ceiling pads. Break them and then climb up the ladder for some goodies and a turret, so be careful. So you have just met your true love. Instead, look behind the door you came through and there'll be a vent you can bash open. From here, follow up with a series of monotony and some rotisserie chickens. At some point you'll come to a dead end, walk over to the corner and you'll fall down in an office with goodies aplenty. Did you know that you can have a bundle of security guards by your side? If you're ever in need of additional protection, Office Complex has you covered. being that this is the only chapter in the game that you can have up to 4 guards simultaneously. The first one can be rescued after you help deal with the zombie behind a locked door. The second one can be found just up the stairs shooting head crabs. The third one can be found just after you open up the door upstairs. The last one can be found just after you crawl out of events. Having the last one at your side, however, is kind of redundant since we're already at the end of the chapter. According to this wiki guide, you cannot, however, jump over these particular red lasers. Bullshit. I'm gonna teach you how. After coming out of the elevator, a scientist with schizophrenia will start yelling at the window, then ultimately blowing himself up. You can carefully approach the base of the laser, then crouch jump on top of it. You can now proceed on without the turrets killing you. Instead of taking out the Vortigaunt's from a distance, get their attention, then run back behind the fire door and wait. Instead of you doing the work, the level design can do it for you. When you come across a giant puddle like this, make sure to crouch to have full control of your movement. Otherwise, you'll be sliding all over hell like ice skating. If you're new to the game for some reason, navigating your way through the vent might be kinda tricky. When you make your way over to the big fan, you'll notice that there is a vent on the left and one below on the right. Going down into the left vent, you can pick up some shotgun shells on the opening to the right. You might also notice that you're standing in what looks to be a familiar area. If you're low on SMGs, go down to the vent shaft where the head crab pounced at you. If you're low on armor, SMGs, or health, go all the way down to the vent and take a couple lefts. After you got what you need, go back to the fan and carefully drop down to the lower platform. If you're still in need of shotgun shells, head all the way down into this vent for your prize. When you continue on, don't go up the vent at the top because it will lead you to a dead end. In this giant radiation room of fuckery, there will first be 2 bull squids to take care of. When you approach the lift, you should see a table with health and armor bonuses in the distance. What do? Approach the slanted ledge carefully and hold on very tightly. Angle your camera upwards and strafe to the left so you don't fall off. Coming back, however, can be kinda tricky. Just remember slow and steady wins the race or this happens. Your goal is you really want to try to make it over the pipe connected to the wall if possible, that way you don't lose any health or armor along the way. Traversing down the hallway, you'll come across Bobby the Scientist. After he notices you, he'll mutter to you, destroy the damn things before they grow any larger.
Destroy the damn thing before it grows any larger. Stop!
After the encounter, look up. You'll notice a barnacle. If you let it arouse you toward its sweet spot, smack it once with a crowbar while holding down the backwards key. If successful, you'll be standing on a randomly placed platform with wall machines in the most unpractical spot in the entire game. So we reach the tentacles. Whatever will we do? First thing to note is, the tentacles are blind. One way to get past them is by tossing a grenade somewhere off in the distance, then move around them while they're looking in a different direction. The second way is to sneak your way around via crouch walking. The last way is to just go for it and hope to God you don't die. Fuck! On your way back from doing an objective, you can trick the tentacles thinking you're still in the hallway when you're actually in the same room they are. Near the end of Blast Pit, you'd most likely would have broken all these crates. Playing through this chapter and clearing out the marines in this area, there's a few trip mine placements to take advantage of before continuing on. First one you can place near the crates. Don't ask questions, just do, please. Next is to put one on each side of this frame. And if you really wanted to, you can also place one on the diagonal wall right here, because sometimes it could be effective and other times it won't be. After you meticulously place the trip mines where they needed to be, head down the lift and you'll be greeted by a couple of hound eyes. Shoot them ASAP without you or them blowing the whole lift up. When that's all taken care of, head underneath the elevator and climb up the ladder to play out the section. After you're back from turning the power on, don't head all the way back to the lift. Instead, peek at the corner to get the 2 marines to see you and then back up. When you come up the lift after turning the power back on, you'll notice the room kinda played out itself. When you approach the opening of the hallway, you'll notice the last marine pulled an AI move. When the time comes to actually face off against the Gargantua, the first thing you'll probably want to do is lure it over to the observation window here. If you do this, you'll have a few extra steps ahead to not take massive amounts of damage. Or instead, if you really wanted to, You can also kill it with your whole arsenal of grenades. The first thing to do when starting this chapter: ignore the guard completely attempting to tell you something that's probably important. Instead, focus your dark side on the barnacles above to not get caught in their trap.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
Navigating your way around what feels like a figure 8 track, you'll eventually come across this area with the hound eyes. After taking care of them, we'll head underneath the water and move to the end of this water pit. Continue to swim down where the big boy pipe decides to take you. In this room and over this corner, you'll find another dead security guard, along with some ammunition. After making your way past the crane, you'll pull up to what looks to be a lift. Stop the tram immediately before heading on the platform. Instead, power down the tram completely, crouch your way over just a smidge to take out a Marine that's waiting for you. Then climb up the ladder to take out 2 more Marines. If you wanted to, you can also just dip the tram at this point. But why, Captain? Why did you stop my playthrough for this? Making your way over to the room with the vending machines, a few headcrabs will drop down from the ceiling above. After you take care of them, it's very imperative you didn't take out the crates in the process. Because if we climb up to the ceiling here, there is a birthday present waiting for us. Just around the corner, you should see a machine gunner wrapped around with sandbags, also known as bullshit. If you can sneak around it carefully, you can toss a grenade in there for extra flavor. Also, noticing this fire door, you have to understand, if you climb up this wall, there will be a battery here for some reason, again. Playing through the chapter a bit more, you'll come across another tram lift. If you learn from your mistake last time, you'll know not to trust it. To begin, I really need you to place a satchel right here on the elevator. Please and thank you. Then let the elevator rise to the top, then let it rip. Before continuing on to the next section, crouch jump on top of the tram car and move on foot. Main reason is to prevent a collapse in the bridge for you to walk across. If you choose not to, it's not really a big deal. Just make sure to jump off prematurely, and instead you'll just have to jump on top of barrels to get across. To get in this room with the goodies, head on over to this floor vent, and you can actually bash this open, by the way. Then follow this very linear pathway all the way to this grating, bash this open, and you'll be in the room with goodies. When you approach the 3 hydraulic presses and the broken catwalk, take note there are actually 2 ways to get across this gap. The first way is you can actually drag this metal grate off the edge and push it all the way to these stationary crates across the room, climb up, and you'll be on the other side. However, if you do it this way, you'll miss out on a prize. The second way, which is probably the more traditional way, is press this button and you're going to want to hop across the hydraulics very carefully, and on the middle hydraulic look to your right, and then you can hop on top of this catwalk thingy for your reward of 2 satchels to play with. When dealing with the Black Ops chicks, the best way to handle the situation is by stealth. The trick is to utilize the crossbow, probably the best fit weapon for this in my opinion. The goal for this is you want to get into a spot where you can see a little bit of them, but they can't really see you. Reasonings is, especially if you're playing this on the hard difficulty like I am at the moment, 1, they can go invisible, and being that Black Ops are also trained in the Jedi arts for some reason, they can just jump flip all over hell, so good luck trying to kill that shit. The only available tip I have for you lads in this chapter is getting past the conveyor belt maze of annoyance. To navigate through, drop down 1 level and fight your way against the current up until you see a trip mine. If you still have the satchels from the bull squid you took it from earlier, that would be a great time to use one of them to blow up the trip mines. If you wanted a brilliant psychopathic way to kill enemies, lure them into one of these rooms that could be found a couple times in the chapter, then press the button and enjoy the show. On your way back from escorting a scientist to the retinal scanner, be on the lookout for a Marine that can sometimes appear down the hall and sometimes not. When you exit the building, kill the Marine on the right quickly. Before you continue on, carefully back up and shoot the turrets that are randomly placed on top of the building. If you're wondering what this creature is, this fish is called an ichthyosaur. You've probably encountered this fish back in Apprehension if you were playing around in the water. Did you know that you can kill an ichthyosaur with a crowbar if you laze yourself up against the wall and let the fish come to you? Due to the geometry in this narrow corner, the fish will propel itself on top of your head and just stay there. Usually won't bite you unless you move. The two early choppers in this chapter can be of annoyance if not dealt with. Try using the secondary fire of the towel cannon to get rid of them. Also, be careful how you aim this thing near an edge. You can have a shootout with this tentacle, discombobulating it temporarily to sneak up to it next to its goodies. Running around in this field is a great way to get killed. Best way to navigate is to go around the left side and jump on this boulder. Look towards the opening of the tent and fire a shot directly in front of it. There should be a mine that you can blow up right there. You should be able to continue forward on this side of the map without blowing yourself up. Causing a riot between the Marines can be very beneficial for you, if you know what you're doing. To start off, jump through these pipe openings and peek your head out for the Marines to see you, then skedaddle. There are 4 openings you can utilize around this area. You only really need to do this in a couple of them. I find if you do it in all 4, it speeds up the blending process. If you know what I mean, wink wink. Have you ever got pelted in the back by a sniper? So have I. Go up to their window and toss a grenade or machine gun grenade to take care of them. Did you know that you can jump on top of these just like the red lasers in We've Got Hostiles? Meeting up with Barney, get him to follow you over to this door and your eyes will be amazed. The door across the landing zone can be broken down with conventional means. That being said, you can choose between warfare or just skip this shit. If you chose to stick around for warfare, don't worry, the game will reward you. Go back to that guard from earlier and get him to follow you over to the store around the corner. This area doesn't have much to offer like the other vault, but it does have a cannon that I think the game wants you to use to break open the door. I deeply apologize to you lads, as I don't really have any tips for this chapter. Playing a little through the chapter a good bit, you'll be asked by a scientist to turn on the pumps that will lead you to the main core. When heading down the hallway that leads to Coolant 1, you can prevent yourself getting pelted in the back by running backwards and using a weapon of your choice to kill a teleporting in Vortigaunt. Sometimes when you kill an enemy that's standing directly next to a door, they can actually prevent it from opening. To take care of the problem, just hold down the primary attack key with the crowbar on a corpse to obliterate it. Going for a midnight dip, you'll need to turn the valves to increase the water pool. Turn each valve one at a time to fill all the way efficiently, because if you get too hasty, for some reason the flow will get stuck indefinitely. Navigating your way up the core with lasers dancing around it can be tricky at first. When you climb up to the first level, there will be a slow-moving laser that can be dodged very easily. Approaching the second level, wait for 2 lasers moving next to one another, then run over to the next ladder. Climbing up to the third level, repeat the same strat as the second level, only watch out for the laser that guards the door. Before we begin the 9 portals of hell, take a look at your equipment and ask yourself, what do you need? Jump in the first portal if you're looking for some grenades and headcrabs to kill. Jumping through the second portal will continue upward, so watch for the platform above. The third portal will take you to a couple shelves of goodies. The fourth portal will also continue upward, so again, watch out for the moving platform above. The fifth portal will take you to a few scientists and some more goodies. The sixth portal will just take you to a trap that will just do an annoying amounts of damage to you. The seventh portal will take you to the next area to continue on the game. The eighth portal will take you to an armor wall machine alongside ammunition for the gluon gun. The ninth portal will just instantly kill you. To finish the chapter off without any extra pain, equip the hornet gun and long jump on top of the arm supports. Then jump in the pit holding down the secondary fire key. While roaming around this planet on Zen, you can stand on these little cute ponds to refill your health all the way to 100. You can shoot off these electrical pods to prevent them from pelting you in the back. While dealing with Gonarch, if your little minions become too much of a nuisance, try using the hornet gun's homing darts to get rid of them quicker. On the second phase of the fight, you can come over and drop down this hole, and it will lead you to a health pond plus some goodies if needed. Approaching the last phase of the fight, you can actually hold yourself up in the slide to finish off Gonarch. That way you're not getting bombarded with a bunch of baby head crabs while dealing with her. Teleporting to the next area, look behind you for 2 more armor batteries stacked on top of one another. Moving down this L-shaped hallway, jump onto the back slanted wall piece right here, and then long jump to the very top. And here we have a hidden stash of goodies. Killing your way through the cluster of Zen shit, refrain from shooting these lightly colored octagonal eggs, since they each contain an alien grunt inside. The best way to get past the most dreaded room in the game. Just kidding. Long jump over to the left side quickly, and from a holding point, try to take out as many enemies you can from a distance. While killing shit on the 3rd level of the room, don't forget to hit up these hallways like Stacy's mom. They will lead you into a narrow spiral platform with goodies on it. Upon loading into this chapter, take out the crystals in the back to prevent the Nihilanth from healing himself. While dealing with the Nihilanth, be sure to take note of the arm movements he makes. If he spreads its arms nice and wide, he will summon in light sparks that does excruciating amounts of damage to you. If he looks like he's about to pray, he will summon in portals to take you to 3 different areas where you can find delicious goodies. If you're kind of in a rush to kill the damn thing and want to get the game over with, try using the secondary fire of the Hornet gun to prevent you from being teleported. Just note, it will summon in an enemy instead.
It's good to see you. Gordon.
While dealing with head crabs, try angling yourself up against the edge of the wall where you and the head crab can see each other. Wait for the head crab to pounce at you, only for it to slide off the wall for an easy kill. Just about every soda machine in Half-Life contains at least 10 cans, worth 1% health each. Sometimes 2 are right next to one another, ultimately leading to 20 bonus HP if needed. When you're mindlessly running down long-ass hallways or anywhere in the game, you can cuddle up against the wall then run forward. While doing this, you'll actually move a little bit more faster than you would owning the pathway normally. If barnacles aren't too high in the sky for you, try giving them a good old whack with the crowbar. It will usually kill it on the first hit without you wasting any ammo, because if you do it wrong... Barnacles can also be used strategically when facing against enemies, specifically the Marines. If you cook a grenade too damn long, you'll probably die. Never forget to crowbar bash open the parcels, since they can also contain some glorious goodies as well. Howdy lads. If you made it this far in the video, I really hope you enjoyed it. It was actually a very fun project to make, and maybe you learned something new throughout this, even though this game's been out for 25 years now, because this was actually supposed to be due back in November, but, well, man, it got a little lazy. We're not going to talk about that, though. But if you learned something new, I'm really glad I helped you out with that. That being said, my name is DJ, and I have been your captain for this evening. Arrgh.